what is up, everyone? Pastor JAMZ here, back with another review, and the first review of 2022. And what better album to start off with than Dawn FM, the latest album by The Weeknd, fifth studio album that came out on this past Friday. And 31-year-old The Weeknd from Toronto, Canada, is one of the most popular artists to date. Starting off when I think he started growing more and more with Beauty Behind the Madness, which really kind of kickstarted off his career. More before that, he was more of an underground R&B artist, and now he has risen to the top of the charts and has taken reign of the charts for quite some time. After Hours from 2020 won Album of the Year for me, and just an amazing album altogether. And I was super excited when he announced that Dawn FM was coming, and now it is here, and let's see what it's all about. So to talk a little bit more about After Hours and winning Album of the Year, I mean, it was just an amazing album, the deluxe edition even, with tracks supporting some of the other songs that might have been a little underwhelming. However, the more that I listen to the album, I think everything just goes well together, even with or without the bonus tracks at that point, and it still receives a 9, given that the bonus tracks do apply some help still. But I do I do really like how he kind of incorporates more of an 80s sound, and he continues to do that in Dawn FM. However, it's more of a club 80s sound, more of like a dance pop type production, more of synthesizers are used, and you already know how I feel about synthesizers. They're just my favorite instrument, and it's so unique to use in a production sense. But I do like how he continues this 80s sound. However, it's more of like a club style, like a dance pop type thing, like I said. And the production for the most part, all of it from start to finish is amazing. Um, you even have some interesting choices of more of a erratic style, maybe exotic sounds that are used in some of these tracks, and you even have a acoustic guitar in the final track, Less Than Zero, that is used. More of these slow, dreamy style tracks that also provide a great sense of these 80s, the 80s style that is used. Really, the production, like I said, hands down, really solid. However, we do get to the melodies and lyrics styles that the song is portrayed, is where we get into some real problems. There are 3 tracks on here that I swear he just sounds like he's done this before. Which those 3 tracks are How Do I Make You Love Me, Best Friends, and Out of Time. Those 3 tracks sound like something he's already done before. And although I could say a little more about the other tracks, I feel like the other tracks, the production helps them so much that no, I wouldn't really exactly say that they're just repeated or sounds exactly the same, because like I said, the production is really solid, helps them be unique in their own way. But How Do I Make You Love Me, Out of Time, and Best Friends, those 3 tracks, they're not necessarily bad, although I would say Best Friends is probably the weaker out of all of them. I just, it seems like we've already heard this. It's a repetition of a previous track. Nothing new. It's not original. Um, to me, they would kind of be decent, borderline decent, honestly. But like I said, Best Friends, if I had to put it on the worst tracks, I would probably put it on the worst tracks. But that it doesn't stop there. Starry Eyes, also, it's a 2.5 minute track of him building up a unneeded song. It's really strange. The whole track is just building on top more and more and more, building up to this climax. However, the climax doesn't come, and it's not even like a artistic style of like, oh, like he did it on purpose. No, it's just kind of just blue balling the listener at that point. I don't know. I'm sorry for like that weird descriptive term, but that's the only way I could imagine to describe it. Like, you're building up such a possible one of the possibly one of the best tracks in the album, just for it to die flat and not have a drop or a climax in the song. It's really strange because then it goes into Every Angel is Terrifying, where he's doing this whole monologue or interlude or whatever, and just completely disregards the previous track, Starry Eyes. So it's honestly just a wild mess of an album. Not altogether, however, because there is a lot of positive tracks here that do elevate the album in a way that it's still solid in a way. I know me myself in this video and this review looks and sound like I'm very conflicted, because I am. I am very conflicted in how I actually feel about this album. It's just so weird and conceptual in a way that I don't really understand my true feelings for this album, because there are really amazing tracks on here. However, there's another side to this album that just there's bumps in the road that do hurt it quite a bit. The whole thing about the whole album, Dawn FM, is essentially it's like a radio show type thing, hosted by Jim Carrey, who does some narrations, who is awesome, by the way. I didn't expect Jim Carrey to do such a great job at narrating and being a great radio host. But other amazing features is Quincy Jones, who does like a little interlude thing talking about his mother. Tyler, the Creator, who is also really good on Here We Go Again. And even Lil Wayne from I Heard You're Married. All the features are amazing. They do provide a sense of uh, being in the album and being incorporated into this whole radio show host thing. It's really cool. And there's even like commercials and stuff like that, and like little nuances here and there that actually make it seem like a radio special or something like that. And that's a cool concept and everything. But it's just some little things here and there that are not really working, especially the monologue in Every Angel is Terrifying. However, there are amazing tracks on here, like the first track, essentially, Gasoline. Really dark song. Some of the darkest material I've heard from him, even though the production sounds really like moving and like a dance pop type thing. The guy is talking about overdosing, and his the girl that he's with is like flipping him over so he won't OD and throw up on himself, and I guess he's like choking her at the same time. I don't know. It's just like the description and the really dark lyrics on the song, some of the best I've ever heard, and really blew me away, and I was made me even more hyped up for the album. Take My Breath is a kind of has a twist to it. It's the extended version, which I think fits really well into the album, but doesn't fit well solo. So I'm really happy that he put it into the album. Like I said, works with this whole dance club style thing, 80s sound. Works, just the transition is amazing. Tell by Quincy, the the interlude, like I said, is really good by Quincy Jones. Sacrifice, it's growing on me, but it's like I said, it's just gonna need a little bit of time, I think, to get there. But speaking of the features again, Here We Go Again, with Tyler the Creator. You give it up on love, and then someone comes into your life, and now the love is blossoming again. You feel afraid, but hey, you're gonna go along with it anyways. Great messaging there. Is there someone else? Kind of, I guess, talking about that love again. Maybe you're noticing something strange about her, and he is asking her, "Is there someone else?" And also, awesome messaging there. Don't Break My Heart is one of the more slower tracks that I really do think is going to be an underrated track that not a lot of people are going to listen to, essentially, or get enough credit for. But I think it's an amazing homage to House of Balloons. It gives off really good House of Balloon vibes. If you're a fan of that trilogy, or that style of sound that he was doing back when he was starting off his career, give that track a listen. It's an amazing song. I Heard You're Married with Lil Wayne, another awesome track, and Less Than Zero, essentially the final track that he ends off with. Kind of like a more fast paced love track that he ends off with acoustic instrumentals. And then we have the ending monologue with Jim Carrey. But like I said, I feel so conflicted in myself, because this album will make you love it and also make you feel disappointed at the same time, depending on what track you're on. It's like you want to love it, however, you know there are flaws in the album, and that is the case for me. I really wish I could give this a higher score, but with so many ununique tracks and something that is an original idea that isn't really incorporated in such a way that, or executed in a good way, I, I I'm sorry, but I got to give this a 6.5 out of 10. I really wish I could give it higher, but like I said, there are good tracks in here, but it kind of balances out with the bumps in the road that are in this thing. Production is solid. Some of the songs, like I said, are unoriginal and don't sound unique enough, especially with the idea that he was going with. Yet there are tracks in here that do provide a awesome 80s style dance clubs sound that is refreshing and new. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you all think. What is your favorite track? Leave it down below. Make sure you all share, like, and subscribe with a friend. Peace and stay safe.